What's your name? What do you study? And a fun fact about you.
Sure. Okay, so my name is Jiale Wang, and you can just call my preferred name Wang. So you can call me Wang, yeah. And yeah, it's my second year. You guys used to show me that it's my third year, but it's just my second year. Yeah, because it's my third year to be senior, but it's just my second year to be the senior uni. Because I used to CET for like half a year. Yeah, so it's just my second year, and I'm a commerce student. I'm doing finance and business analytics. Yeah, and if you wanna, the fun things about me is I'm a big hunter. I can eat a lot. As I told you before, in the food court, I can have like 3 burgers just for my lunch. It's true. Trust me, it's true.
That's funny.
Yeah, I really like it.
So, are you in a political party or a campus faction?
Yeah, I do. I'm in Canada. Now. I'm this year's counselor in Canada. Yeah, and I've been in Canada for like 3 semesters. Yeah.
Okay. Our next question is, why are you interested in running for board?
Just because I think do you have access to my policy statement?
Not yet.
Okay. So I think this question is relative to my policies. Actually, I just wanna, I think every board director, every person who wanna fight for the position of board director, they wanna like make some change to the uni and make the uni like just like improve the diversity and promote the uni life. Because basically the mission of the USU is the heart of uni life. So like everyone who wanna get involved they just want to change the uni life, they just want to improve the uni life. Yeah. So on my purpose, I just since it's my second year, I started in senior uni for like 4 semesters, so I've experienced actually a lot of things. For example, I was in the I think the main purpose is I want to change the process of and like the working process between USU and like societies, especially for small societies. The reason behind this is that I'm in the Chinese martial arts club. It's like a really small club, and we found like it's really hard to apply for fund, or it's really hard to like connect with the USU because we are like too small. So we don't have money to do exercise because we cannot rent the sports center. So we only like every week we can only do our exercise like on the Victoria Park. It's like really, it's funny, but I think it's not fair. It's unfair for some like small societies. So I just I also do some like interview to some like small societies presidents or other people. They said, yeah, they face the same person. Like, yeah, what's the money come from? What's the people come from? Something like that. And there's one more thing I was interested in is that the uni life and the diversity. Since I told you I am in the SSA, right? So we used to organize an activity during the Mid-Autumn Festival. We used to provide some like mooncake and like hot dogs. But the thing we found that this will not improve or promote the diversity. It's because that like we just give for example, we just give the mooncake to people, but they just say, okay, thank you, it's delicious. Okay, so they just don't know anything about the culture, about the culture, about the knowledge behind that. And also for me, like for the Thanksgiving days, I used to live in homestay. In the Thanksgiving day, they serve turkey. I said, okay, turkey, it's delicious. I love big meats, but I just don't know too much about it. So I want to like improve the diversity on the knowledge basis. We sometimes we don't need to like give the food. We don't need to spend this kind of money to that. The only thing we need to do is that we should let more students know the diversity, know different cultures on the knowledge basis. Only if they know this can they like try to get involved, or can they like 100% say, oh, okay, I know what you are thinking, and I know why you are doing this. Yeah. So for like in conclusion, I think so 2 points. So I just want to improve the fairness. I just want to like keep the fairness between big societies and small societies. And two, I just want to improve the diversity and improve the union life. Yeah.
Good answer.
Sorry, it might be a little bit long. I just want to.
No, I appreciate it. So I think it's good to ask you the next question now, because could you please mention us 3 of your favorite policies and why?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so do you mind like I just want to take a pen because I'd like to like talk when I like writing. So the first policy is like improving the working transparency.
Working transparency.
Yeah, working transparency. And the second is should be the I call it special consideration or special services for small societies, small clubs. Yeah. And for the third one is like the like celebrate more festivals. Sorry, the word may not be the same as the policy statement, but the meaning are the same. I just cannot remember every word. Yeah, I just wanna like celebrate more festivals on the knowledge basis. So that's the first 3 policies I like best. Yeah.
Okay. Our next question is, how would you describe the role of a board director?
Oh, actually, I think the role of board director is like you have the power according to the constitution. You and the board, the whole board have the power. So you need to use this kind of power to improve the union life, and also I think it's also something about the social justice. It's maybe a little bit far from the role of board director, but I think the social justice is an important part. So basically, for example, like during this year for the coronavirus, like SSA and USU, they did a lot of like announcement to like support students, to promote, to protect the justice, to protect the fairness among students. So I think as a board director, I should like I think everything I decided should like came from that purpose. I need to improve the diversity. I need to ensure that the union life is doing better and better. And according to like for example, like everybody also should focus on the vision of the USU to be the best, to give the best uni experience around Australia, right? So yeah.
Okay, thank you. So USU is currently facing a financial stress due to the loss of revenue related to coronavirus. So if you had to, what would you cut from the USU current operations?
Well, actually for this question, I've already prepared for this, but now I just want to like change a little bit. Just yeah, I know some people said like, for example, they want to cut like the charity activities. They want to cut off some like department. But for me, I think we need to like adjust. We need to adjust the financial structure. For example, like we should do more marketing. And I think this saving money is not important. It's not like saving money cannot solve the. I think saving money cannot solve the problem now. I think the most important thing is like where we can get money, right? I think the most important is like where we can get money. So if I'm a board director, I will try to persuade others to like, for example, I just want to like fund more to the marketing department, to the like for example to the marketers, and then we can like co-work with like other companies, other departments to get the money. And that's one more, and that's one more thing. Like basically I think the main cash flow, the main revenue of USU is from students, right? I mean, no matter on what kind of ways, but the main cash flow are from like students, from their tuition fee, from their like the daily purchase. So that's one thing. Like we have to like try to keep the students in the campus to make them get involved. So now during the situation, like many people choose to defer, choose to suspend. It's like really, actually it's a really bad thing for USU because they cannot make money on that. Yeah. So for this question, I don't think I should cut each depart I don't think I should cut each department, but we need to do more marketing. We should like focus more on the marketing. We should to focus on like getting more money outside, not cut money inside. Yeah, of course, if you guys want to like cut my salaries, it's okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. But for the other department, I don't think it's possible. Oh no, I don't think it's appropriate. It's possible, but it's not appropriate. They don't deserve that. Yeah.
Okay. So our next question is, so could you please name one thing for us that you think the USU has done well during your time in uni?
Yeah, of course. I think there are a lot of things like USU have done well. Like for example, yeah, like for the market, for the USU market, the USU store, the uni store like run by USU. During I think last year during the Mid Autumn Festival, this like mooncakes. I think it's a sign to celebrating more festivals and to promote the diversity. So I think that's a really good thing. And that's one more thing. Let's see. Like, just give me a second to think about it. I remember like, also, yeah, and also the access card. I mean, the whole system of access card. Yeah, the whole system of access card. Because by using the access, no matter you applying for like for a paid access or free access, we can like record the information of the student, and we can know their preference, and we can like do some data analysis. Basically, that's my major. So I kind of think faster on that ways. So so the two things I think USU has done like really good is the first introducing the access card system, and second celebrating and improving the diversity. So these two things is really good. But I think there are some like limits for so that's something like USU has not do really well. I'll talk about it later.
Yeah, that's actually our next question.
Okay, sure.
What is the one thing you think USU has done poorly during your time?
Okay. So actually, okay. So the working process between among like clubs and USU. Sometimes like like I talked to like many leader or executives from different like clubs and societies, and they just told me it's like really hard to apply for fund, and the working time is like really long. For example, I want to organize a time like I want to organize a activities, for example, like in 2 weeks. But so okay, so I applied for the fund. I just I contacted USU, but they just reply me in like, for example, in like 3 weeks. Like it's a really a long process, and I don't think that's efficient. Especially I think it's like it's also unfair to especially small societies. I think that's a word that's a something called like the like the average is not equal to the fairness, right? So I think USU should not treat every club the same. They should to focus on the minorities. And I mean, like for some like the city uni is like a really open uni. They accept the uni accept like basically like every legal things that like every legal, like for example every legal culture or every like every activity student want to like do everything. So but how about for some like small things, or for some like activities that only a few students they are interested in. This they just don't have money. They just don't have platform to do that. So I think on the purpose of promote the diversity, we should do something on that. Actually, based on this question, I did some not research, but I did some interview. I contacted the president of Iran societies, the Amir, the another candidate of this year. Yeah, I contact him, and we talked something about the working process. We all think that it's just not fair to some like small clubs and societies. Yeah, and so I am in a really small society, and I also know many friends who are from the big society. For example, like like I forgot the abbreviation. Anyway, they're from like the really big class, and they think like, okay, it's not that hard for them to get enough money, since they can get money from USU, they get money from outside, they can do marketing. But for small clubs, it's not the same. It's not the case. So I really want to change it. I really want to make sure that everyone who are interested in some part, they can have platform to do what they want to do. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, can I just mention one more thing that I think it's a little bit like USU has did like not really well.
Oh, sure.
It's like that's one more thing is like the transparency. Because for example, every year we face a really important things, like for candidates like us, they say their policies, they state their policies, but they did nothing. This every year we face this question. The same question also happening in SSA, right? So I think we need to give a platform to promote the transparency. For example, like if okay, on my purpose, on my experiences, if I want to check like, okay, what he did or what her did, I can only like have a look at like the report of USU, and I can only go to the USU website. But I mean, like not everyone they want to like go to the website to check what they did. So I think it's USU's purpose to tell people what USU has did before, what USU are going to do, and like only I think only in this way like we can like promote, or we can get more people, get more membership, get more members who are likely to get involved. So the working transparency is one another thing that USU has not done well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Our next question is, how political do you think USU should be? And do you think it should provide a platform for students' political beliefs?
Well, actually, it's a hard question. Okay, for the questions, the first, yeah, of course, for students who are doing like who have like political preferences, they should have a right to get involved in the USU activities. But I don't think, since the main mission and version of USU is they just want to like the USU just want to like provide a platform to ensure the diversity and to promote the to promote the like uni experiences. So it should not have that much like political preferences. It should not. And but for the people who have like political preferences, if they want to do something like which can really help students on the platform of USU, yes, I think it's of course they have a right to get involved. Yeah. So my purpose or my opinion is that USU should not have that strong political preferences. They should not that strongly get involved in political things, and that's also what we considered this. We considered, because today, like every like during the every like campaign, we will like sign some like contract, as for example to exchange the second preference, something like that. Yeah. So actually we tend to like sign contract with a more like more independent person, or like other person who are not from political faction. Yeah, actually that's our tendency. Yeah. Yeah, but of course if they want to get involved, they do have rights. Yeah.
Okay. Since you've mentioned it, have you signed any preference deals with anyone? And
actually, we haven't signed any preference deal with anyone, because the first thing we need to do is like I need to contact every candidate. So firstly, I think we need to like talk to say if we have the same if we have the same value, if we have the same mission. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. It's not like, oh, you got a lot of tickets, okay, let's sign the deal. No.
So do you have any candidates you feel like you will especially like to work with, or you especially wouldn't like to work with?
Actually, it's hard to answer now, but I'm pretty sure like since I've already talked to Amir. I forgot his full name, but Amir, Amir. I think he's like a really interesting person, and we all are international students. I mean, he don't have any like political preferences. I think he's like a really good choice. But let's see, because okay, the first thing I don't know, like, because it's fair that it depends on like both of us. It's like it's not like if I want to sign, I will sign. It's not that kind of thing. So I think Amir is a really good choices, and I think and also I think junior Prudence Wilkinson. Yeah, I think even Prudence had like a really strong like junior political preferences, but since I think I know Prudence like for like I have known Prudence for like I think at least 2 semesters. So I think Prudence is that kind of person who I really want to get involved in this kind of thing, who are really like who really want to like like to spend herself time to this kind of thing. So I think Prudence should be a really responsible board director. So I may not sign a contract now. I may not sign a contract, but I think that okay, personally, I think Prudence is a really good choices. Yeah, I may not, but for anyone, I think it's a good choice to like choose Prudence. Yeah.
Nice. So there's one controversial decision that USU has made was to allow the registration of love choice and anti-abortion group and limit as a club. So many people oppose this on the basis of its potential impacts on students who have had abortion. So what is your opinion on how USU should approach controversial clubs and societies like this?
Okay. Well, in my opinion, I think it's like, sorry, just give me a second to think about it. Oh, sorry, could you like repeat the question again? It's like too long. It's hard for me to remember.
So USU has made the anti-abortion group as a club. So many people oppose this on the basis of its potential impacts on students who have had abortion before. So how do you think USU should deal with very controversial societies and clubs like that?
Well, yeah. As I told before, I don't want to like talk too much for this question. But as I told before, like everyone should have the right to get involved. I know there are some like controversial, like clubs in the USU. I know it. But okay. So personally, something for some part, I think it's like really inappropriate. It's inappropriate, and I don't want to personally support them. But as a board director, or like if you for the future working, I don't think I will like try to control them. Okay, for basically my opinion is really like really open. Like everyone has the right to do the same. So yeah, I think we can talk to like to board director if the majority of directors they said okay it's okay that's okay. I mean personally I may kind of like neutral to this question, or I mean like I think I want to like do some control, but as a board director I will not do that kind of thing. I will to like to ensure the rights of each student. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a really hard question to answer. But,
no worries.
Yeah.
So our next question is, so board directors have some fiduciary duties to the USU, which means you have to put the board's interest above your own. And you can be sued for acting against the board's interest. So if something bad was happening to in the USU, would you consider leaking it? Or if you're not leaking it, what would you do?
So you mean like if something bad really happened in USU?
Yeah, it happens within USU. Would you consider leaking it?
You mean link?
Or would you kind of leaking it?
Leak
it out, yeah.
Actually, I do. So actually, the first thing first, I'll try my best to like to make it right. I'll try my best. I'll try my best. I'll try to like talk with I'll try to persuade all the people, but it really happened. Okay, if that's not my if that's not the USU I assume it's not the USU like, I wish before, I'll try to. I mean, I will like, maybe I will, something like that.
So,
Yeah.
so you think you may consider liking it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I know you're international, just like I am. So do you think USU is doing enough to support international students community? If yes,
Actually, for this question, I don't want to say yes or no, because
okay.
the USU's duty is to like to have like every clubs. As I told, I think for international clubs and societies, they don't need special support. Do you know what I mean? They don't expect, they just want to be treated. They just want to be treated like fair. They want to be treated like equally. So, so for this question, I don't think like they should give some like special support, or for the special support, the special support should be given to small clubs and societies, not international societies. And yeah, and also I think USU has done a lot of things for like for promoting the international for promoting international students. For example, for the food course, we got many different kind of food. Like basically, you can try Asian food, you can try European food, you can try like Lebanese food, and you can try some like Mexican food, something. Yeah, I think the food is a way to like to show the diversity. So USU have did a lot of things. Yeah. So generally speaking, it's good. It's good. Generally speaking, it's good. Yeah.
Do you think there's any programs that you find particularly successful?
Okay. Honestly, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Cause actually, um, I used to search the information from the USU website before, but I don't think I've got enough information from the website. So it's hard to answer the question. It's particularly hard to say that any program is like perfect or it's really successful. It's really hard to answer because during my experience of SSA working, some program seems to like perfect, seems to like successful, but inside of this is like a little bit, like there are many like ineffective or like inefficient things inside. So it's hard to answer the question. Only if I get involved in that kind of programs, I can say like, oh, it's successful. Yeah, it's not. I mean, for a successful program, it's not only depends on its outcomes. For example, like everyone's happy with that, but it's also depends on the, for example, the how people in the USU how they did this. Are we just force people to do that kind of thing? It's definitely not successful at all, right? Yeah. So yeah, based on my experience, I think it's hard to answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
So our next question is, if you are selected as a board member, how would you ensure that the students' feedbacks are taken into consideration while the board is making decisions?
Oh yeah, I think it's really important for the feedback of students. Have you since the like based on my experience, that's another thing like USU have not did good, have not did well, because I remember that's a box that you can give your feedback or advice to USU, but this box is on the level 5 of the USU building. I forgot the name of the building, but do you know the building?
Yeah, home building.
Like, yeah, home building. Yeah, it's on the level 5 of the building. I never saw it before, so I think the box is like means nothing because nobody will go to the level 5. I give the tips to USU. So so again, I think the multiple online platforms is needed. I think we need to do something like positively, not just like sometimes like when we did something really bad and then people try to attack us. It's not that kind of thing. We need to like we need to give platforms to students who can like, for example, comment on that, or who can just like tell us. And I just highly like I also considering, but it's not like yeah, I was considering to like, for example, to make a new like, for example, advice group for new like groups to like to handle this kind of thing, like particularly. But but it needs money, so I'm considering about this. Yeah. So for this question, my opinion is that USU has not did well. We need to like positively give platform to students who want to write feedbacks, or for people who are neutral. we need to like positively ask them, do you want to do something? Do you want to like say something about the current work of USU? Yeah.
Nice. So our next question is, how would you ensure that USU caters to all the USU students?
Well, it's a hard question because for all the user of USU,
Yes, all the users.
yeah, it's well, it's hard to like get involved. It's hard to let all of them to get involved. We can like, of course, we can like send email to them. We can send email to them. Do you have any feedbacks? Or like, I think USU has done quite good actually. So I always receive some like information from USU, but yeah, it's hard to get like to make all of them to get involved. We should actually, honestly, I haven't considered too much with respect to this question. Yeah, maybe like email is just like one platform. Yeah, the thing. I think it's also related to the transparency. It's also related to transparency. Like for some students or for some like even users, like some users they register as a user. They just want to like, for example, get a discount. They just want to get a discount, but they are not like highly involved. Like, but the reason behind it is that they don't know what we can do as a USU member, or they don't know like what has USU done. So we need to tell people what we have already done, and I think that's also a USU's job to tell people like what we have already done. Like not just on the USU website. I know like on the USU website, there's a lot of activity and information on that, but it's really hard to search. We need to like give to people. We need to give to students. Yeah, we need to give to students, like on the multiple online platforms.
Okay, and how exactly do you want to improve the transparency and offer this information to the students?
Yeah, so actually there are two main ways. The first way is for the so we've already got the WeChat account as USU, right?
Yeah.
Of USU, but how about we just like we did like we did one more or like more like WeChat account and a Facebook account just to post not post the activity of USU, but just post what people have done or what people have not done. We can just like to give this kind of platforms, or we can like another way is that we can build a website. I've already searched this before by using Wix, which is application. By using Wix, it's not expensive to build a website, but I think the website is used particularly for the working transparency. It's not for like it's not for showing the activity stream things, but it's working. It's targeted to person. Like for example, if you click Wang, and it will show like, okay, Wang, for example, Wang attended the meeting. Wang have did this kind of thing. Wang have did that, and every open information should open to the public. Yeah. So the two ways. One, multiple online platforms. Two, the particular website. Yeah.
May I ask you what is the name of the website again?
Oh no, it's not the website. It's the name is the application's name. I think it's not allowed to like, because it's kind of like advertising. So I think the name is like, you can just like ignore this.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So our next question is, so given the fact that USU wants to be involved in the selection.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Could you repeat it? It's like, yeah.
It's cutting off. Okay, sorry. So given the USU wants to be involved in the selection of the next vice president, what kind of person would you want to replace Michael Spence?
Yeah. Actually, I think in my opinion is a little bit unique. So of course the ability of work is like really important thing to be considered, but the thing I most consider is the sympathy, or it's like comparison, something like that. Because only if like you can think like what students are thinking or what students are suffer from, then you can like do something right for students. So I think I don't think it's hard to say like microfinance has not did so well, but do you know like for this year's leadership event, I saw microfinance and I asked we asked microfinance some questions. For example, like how about what do you think to give like to give students who are suffered from coronavirus, to give them a special, for example, a special fund, or to give some like money to support them. I've actually I asked this kind of question. I and but Michael's reply is like, okay, if I don't remember any words, but it's like, okay, if I give the money to this kind of person, I need to give money to all the students, which is like, I don't know the logic. I don't know the logic, but it's not my answer. So as a new president, you must have like sympathy. And he or she must think what students are thinking, and what students really need. Yeah, and also one more thing. Of course, as that role, he or she need to be responsible to the profitability of the whole uni. Yeah, of course, as that role. But yeah, at least you need to get some. But you still need to think what students are thinking. Yeah, yeah. So sympathy is the thing I want to say from the next person. Yeah.
Okay. So there's one more question we need to get to know you is who's managing your campaign and what color you're running with?
Okay, so the color is like is mint green and the black and white. Yeah, so the main color is a mint green.
Okay.
If you want, I can send you the RPG decimal later. Yeah, and sorry, what's the next question?
Who's running your campaign?
You mean my campaign manager?
Yeah, a campaign manager.
I mean, yeah. Actually, I've got a campaign team. A core team, and my campaign manager is Maria. Yeah, it's just her first year to be uni student, and but she just like me. She has done CET for like 10 weeks. I remember, like so. The reason I chose her is that she has like really, actually she know many things about the website building, about the like like the online advertising, online campaign, something like that. So that's one more important thing is that like Maria and we used to work together, and we found that we have the same valuation of things. So actually she liked to work with me, she liked to support me. And but I think on my team, campaign manager is not that distinct. Do you know what I mean? It's not that distinct, but because we are a team. So basically we share workings, we do things together. So yeah, if you ask me who's my campaign manager, yeah, Maria is my campaign manager.
You have a team supporting you actually.
Yeah, actually it's a small team.
Okay. Yeah. So that other editors have any questions want to ask? Sorry, I'm asking other editors.
Yeah, I have let's say 2. I was just wondering if you could tell us who else was on your campaign team.
Yeah, of course. Like I've got like I can tell you like I can tell you the name of like each of my campaigners, but I'd like to say like, for example, I got some friends from Canada. I got some friends from like club societies, and we made a team, and I think around I think at least 20 to 30 people gonna like help me to run this campaign.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Like that. Yes.
Yeah. And my other question was just, so on the topic of transparency, one problem that we've noticed a lot when we try to report on USU meetings for Pulp is that they go in camera a lot. So they always like kick out visitors and things like that whenever they talk about anything that might be kind of confidential. If you were a board director, would you try to oppose going in camera and have more transparency that way?
Actually, I need to talk with other board directors because we need to like, actually I do want to do that kind of thing, but it's not like everything is not confidential to others, but there are some small things, or there are some like things in detail should be confidential for making the things like so making things efficient. But like I think a part of information should be open to students. For example, what we are going to organize in this semester, or what we have already what we've already done, or what we are going to do, what problem the USU has suffered. I think the things may I think if we open this kind of information, like more, if we like open this kind of information more, like students are gonna like understand us better. Yeah, but not all of the information is like really. I don't think that's appropriate. Yeah.
Good answer. Cool. Do any of the other editors have questions?
No, I'm all good.
Cool.
Yeah. And I guess we're all good. Thank you for joining us.